in the D. I am your girl, Simona Lisa, the comedian, with my fellow hosts, Jay Reed and Nolan.
Dr. No.
Dr. No.
Double O
Sorry, Dr.
Seven.
No. 007.
For sure, J Reed 313. Not new to this podcast world, but I'm true to it. So we starting off today. What we starting off with today, Mona Lisa?
For one, I want to congratulate the Detroit Lions, because they did their thing, and they're going to continue to do their thing. I'm saying we're going all the way. Don't quote me on that, but I mean it. I'm putting that on everything.
Let's go pretty far.
Took down the
Let's go far as we can go.
I'm sure. We got the skills to do it. We got
Yes,
the
we
skills
do.
to do it this year.
Finally.
Definitely. Season opener took down the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. It was expected for the Lions to be a lot better this year, but a lot of people still doubted them the first game of the season. We were on a big road win. It's pretty much, I don't think you could ask for a better start to the season than this.
This is probably as good as it's been in a long time. I'm not gonna say as good as it's gonna get, but hey, it's been a long time.
Got to support your local teams and local players, and just the city of Detroit in general. I mean, that's a big part of our podcast or whatever. Is always supporting Detroit.
You guys, Detroit.
Detroit.
Speaking of Detroit, we had an amazing summer. I'm happy to see that it wasn't a lot of the drama at the festivals downtown. It started off a little rocky in the beginning of the summer, but we cleaned it up, and everybody was able to celebrate, and the summer was great, and we got these kids back to school. Thankful for that.
And Chief White did a good job as keeping morale together for the police departments, trying to get out of the community and stuff like that. I think it made a difference. So, he's doing a good job down there with what he's got. So, you got to applaud that.
Right. I think at the end of the day, it did start off rocky, but I can, like you said, congratulate the police force, because at times, we've had, a relationship that wasn't always the best between Detroit police and the citizens and the way they policed us. But it seemed like they're actually really listening to the people.
The people, right.
So they're policing better. They're not using maximum force or whatever they've used in years before. So you got to applaud them. I'm not the biggest police person, but I appreciate their service.
Oh, yeah.
They let me off with a warning when my plate was suspended. So, I messed with the Detroit police. I messed with the Detroit police.
Right. So,
The long way.
like you said, everybody getting home safe and sound this summer, so you got to love
Couple
it.
warnings.
Definitely. Right.
For that.
They were definitely out there. They were making sure people were safe. They was everywhere. You go downtown Detroit. But that's what you want, because we moving the city forward. We taking the city from the point where, it had such a negative attitude about being downtown, being in the Detroit neighborhoods, and now when you go downtown, it's great to see. It's so vibrant. I'm somebody who used to live downtown Detroit, Cadillac Square Apartments.
I worked downtown.
20 years ago, it was dark, dusky, and not very safe.
Right.
And now you go down there now, it's bright lights, it's people everywhere, it's bustling, like restaurants, and it's just activity. So you gotta love that for the city, because it's legitimately Renaissance City making a comeback. We really are populating downtown, because everywhere you look is new apartments where I think what was the old Joe Louis, they're building new apartments there, there's condos going up all over the place. It's opportunities for everybody in Detroit now.
Yes,
So
the city is definitely growing. In fact, midway in our segment, we're going to talk about the new restaurants coming, or the new restaurants that have come. Y'all, we have a black-owned food court. Please make sure y'all support. We're going to be supporting midway. Like I said, we're going to intro that, but we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to talk about some of the hot topics, y'all. We got to touch on Steve Harvey.
Right.
We're going to do that a little later after we get to talking about this for Shamrock and Blueface and that beautiful baby they just had.
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, when you look at them, they might possibly be these generations like Bobby and Whitney. It's like one of the most toxic relationships, but when you look at it, it's different, because it's played out on social media to us like almost every single day.
I didn't want to watch it, but I had no choice.
Right.
It was like force fed to me, so I was like, okay, let me watch it. And I gotta admit, I love the young lady, and I have a little bit of respect for Blueface as well, because he's not dumb. It's just he makes dumb decisions. But I found a lot of love for Krishan. Have you ever watched any other what is it called? What are they love show that's on Zeus? I watched Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love. Yeah.
I haven't watched any of that, and I'm sitting here I'm sitting here kind of amazed because my young prodigy over here, Mr. Jay Reed, actually
No,
put these young folk in the same stratosphere as Bobby and Whitney.
no.
And I
If
get
you
it.
watch
Just-
them, if you watch the craziness,
I can
they
understand.
everything but the crack.
I can-
It's like they got everything but the crack.
I can understand the crazy.
They're like Ike and Tina, Bobby Whitney mixture, something
Yeah.
strong.
Not
I'm
talent,
telling
not
you.
talent wise.
Well, I'm not talking about talent
talent-wise.
No, we talking about toxicity.
Toxicity,
Toxicity,
right.
you know,
They got
toxicity.
it to the
Right.
T.
Right.
It's one of
It's
the-
like they literally fought each other's parents.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, that's
She beat up his mama. And he
Yeah, she did.
laid
I
her
heard
daddy
that.
out in
Yeah.
the middle of the street, and now they got a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they got a baby.
So-
And the baby has matured her.
yeah, and the baby
That
actually.
y'all been watching.
Right. The funny
think
part
it
is she named the baby after
After her.
herself.
What's the
It's a
baby
boy,
name?
Krishan.
Cause sure, I thought
Right.
the baby, it should have been named Babyface Finster.
They got the
They
exact
got a
same
gangster,
name.
gangster. The man, you come out with a hand grenade and a shotgun.
Baltimore Lover.
The
I actually
Baltimore.
like that song too.
You know?
You just gotta get past the pink is a color, blue is another. But it's like that's a normal thing now to make songs that say stuff you already know. Like I had been knew that my coochie was pink and my booty hole was brown.
Right.
But the song helped me know it more. I guess I don't know. So these songs, we ain't gonna talk about these
Oh,
songs.
these
but
songs
we're gonna
is
set
different.
aside some time for that on the next show.
Right.
'Cause these songs.
That's one thing else that Simone, you was saying that we was talking about earlier in the segment about how Detroit is coming up. This is what baffles me is that how these other cities, I'm not gonna name all these other cities, you know Chicago, Baltimore, you know Atlanta and stuff like this. You know what I
First
mean?
name that came to mind was
But
Chi-Town
how are we still
at the bottom.
at media want to still portray us as this? Well, we ain't. We're not even in the top 10 as far as all that stuff is
But
going
hold
on,
up.
like we used to be.
Because things have changed thanks to COVID. It's a lot of people out here that don't know how to be broke no more. So they are, they resorting back to the old hood ways. So Detroit
Yeah.
is still in the red as far as the shady and cynical people. Like they still out here with the, you gotta be careful about this. It's big in Detroit. I don't know how it is in other places, but the renting out houses that you don't
Oh,
own.
for sure, yeah.
I swear Detroit, they patent that.
Yeah, they definitely leading the way on that. Don't leave your house empty for like a week or whatever. You had 10 people moving in because somebody put an ad on Facebook or something. Come rent my house or whatever. They meet you there with fake keys, fake lease, fake everything.
Or the new one is on Facebook Marketplace. They keep posting the same house and they ask you for an application fee.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
keep getting $75 application fees
Right.
for homes they don't own. They can't rent you. So of course you're gonna get denied. They can't rent you the house if you was approved.
Right.
Pretty good idea.
75 times 10 people a day, you killing the game.
Right.
So I mean, it's just a lot of people that just don't know how to be broke no more, but don't want to work either. COVID made people not want to work and spoiled them to not being broke. They used to stimuluses and unemployment and extra food stamps, and it's hard.
I'm surprised that it hasn't been no really big time trouble behind it because you have squatters that actually get rights to be in them places.
Squatters do have
Let them
rights.
get
You
some
know,
mail.
you know
Let
what
them
I
get some
mean?
mail.
And then I'm trying to rent somebody a house that ain't my house, and there's some squatters in there that actually got rights.
Wait, why my coworker's son took me to his house to rent it out, and there was somebody else in it. Oh,
Yep, see?
he like he had the nerves to knock on the door. The squatter say, "Who is it?" He say, "The owner of the house."
Right.
The squatter in the house say, "I ain't outside, so it can't be the owner of the house."
Exactly.
I was like, "No, you didn't."
You ain't got no right to put me out.
Definitely, because it's a long legal process. I had a few houses in Detroit and I had squatters there. I'm a little old school, so you figure out other ways to get people out sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you
For
gotta resort to the hood ways. I
Exactly.
definitely agree with that.
Well, my circle, they call that the left foot of fellowship.
Exactly. Just like my brother always say, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So you're in my house or whatever, we're gonna get you up out of here. Ain't no negotiation. We don't need to wang.
All right, y'all. So, like I said, I love when people on the big screen, like Steve Harvey, have intimate situations and they want privacy, but your whole brand is speaking on other people about their relationship. So of course your relationship has to be privy, the information that's going on, especially when the bodyguard himself has come out and said that he was banging Mrs. Harvey. So you got to talk on that, Steve. Ain't no respect to privacy in that. We need to hear about it. What you think going on? Because all we can do is speculate since you want to.
Right, at this point, the speculation, like you said, is bubbling up. It's super hot. Everybody talking about it. I mean, Steve Harvey, even basically christened himself the master of all relationships to tell, black men how they should treat black women. And, this movie and book, Think Like a Man,
Act Like a
Man
Woman.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So his whole, I would say, besides his hosting part, but his shows are all based on relationships, and he's talking about everybody's relationships, and he calls everybody out on their relationships, and he's harsh. Steve Harvey is a very harsh man when it comes to people's relationships. So now, the shoe's on the other foot. We want to know. We want to know what's going on with Steve. We want to know what's going on with Miss Margie and her terrible history that she had in dating and relationships. Everybody kind of know her. Dated a bunch of drug dealers, cousins, got babies by both of them, and Steve Harvey came in after they went to jail for numerous years, and her ex-husband is out of jail now, whatever, or ex-baby daddy, whatever you want to call it, and he's talking about her and about Steve and her relationship and how that went down, and I think he felt like he was marginalized in a relationship because Steve Harvey adopted his kid or whatever. So it's a lot on the flow, Steve Harvey, and I mean this would probably crumble his whole empire, right?
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's going to crumble his whole empire because as we speak on that, it's all alleged. All right, it's still all alleged.
Oh no, he made a statement.
He
and
might
said
have
that it was.
He might have made a statement, and it's still all alleged as far as their court of law. It's still all alleged from other people's standpoints.
Right.
That it really didn't happen. It's all when it come down to the money. But I do have to say about Steve, the brother got experience in that situation.
Married a bunch of times.
He's been married a bunch of times, and he's been through a lot of that with his other exes. So with the the bad rap and the leaving them and all this kind of stuff. So he got experience as far as dealing with this.
It's more like a mother daughter scenario if you ask me, because as soon as it happened, I wasn't surprised. I mean,
Right.
her daughter didn't get these ways just by
Right.
nothing, nowhere. They came from something. They were inherited, if you ask me. It's genetic.
Well, yeah, man. A lot of things is it's genetics. They get some of the mom, some of the dad, and she just got a lot of the mom. She got the beauty and all this kind of stuff in the relationship.
And the whole hopping, I'm sorry, but she got the bed hopping from
Right.
her mother.
I feel like, she basically, like you said, learned from her mother. You can see Marjorie just continue to move up the, economic ladder. One drug dealer to the next drug dealer cousin to a multi-million-dollar comedian. And if you look at her daughter's dating life or whatever, it's the same thing. She's just progressing up and up and up, always looking for a bigger bag, a hotter star, actor, comedian.
And Steve has sizzled out. It's like he's sizzled out a little. No more act like a man, think like a woman books. No more. It's just like a regular, predictable life. You do the radio show, you do your TV show, and that's it.
Yeah,
Well, he
yeah.
did start to judge stuff recently, but it ain't
First of all,
limelight
let's
stuff.
just cut to the chase or whatever. A hoe gonna be a hoe. So at the end of the day or whatever, I feel like it's a lot of hoe ways in Marjorie or whatever. I think it's probably been her since she probably was, the generation she come from, whatever, we all been there.
She's
We all,
definitely been raising her daughters that way.
exactly. We in that generation, we all fell for the light skin, funny color eyes or whatever, colorism in the black community. And it was guys that would put these women on a pedestal. And I feel like she's took that, ran with it, tried to make as much money as she possibly can. Because you go from dealing with a drug dealer in Memphis who might be worth a couple of million to Steve Harvey fortune. Got to be $500-600 million at this point.
It's up there.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you saw her in an arm like Michael Jordan or fucking what other black billionaire that we get out there. Because I feel like she's just moving up and up and up.
But
And
the
bodyguard might have just, a lot of times,
just been a way out.
or
He was just a way
a
out.
lot of times women have sex with people that's close to them. I mean, most people at every job you get, they always sleeping with their coworkers. So I've seen it.
Accessible.
I've seen
It was
it.
accessible.
Accessible, easy to do, and probably something she probably thought she'd be able to just get away, you know.
And she was
just-
getting away with it.
I
till he
can't
said
speak on
something.
that.
What you mean you can't speak on that? Sleeping with coworkers?
Yeah.
You've been in jobs before, Nolan.
I don't think you connected no more, Jay. Oh, no, you are. You might be good.
Yeah, you've been in jobs before. Coworkers sleeping with coworkers is nothing new. We've all seen it. People in
we've all
position
seen
of
it.
power
We've all
sleep
seen
with people that's either on their same level or below. I mean, we all get horny. Plus, most of the time with these jobs, you're spending more time with these
With
people
that- with those
than
people.
anybody else anyway. You're at your job maybe 10, 12 hours, sometimes, or 40 hours a week
Right.
or whatever. Do you really spend 40 hours a week with your spouse?
Right.
Nobody in my house.
Even
Why,
presidents.
why don't I
Right,
see
even
you?
presidents.
Even presidents,
We've
you know?
seen it happen with presidents.
Yeah.
Numerous presidents.
Yeah.
We've seen people sleeping with each other. So I think more or less with this though, people just want Steve Harvey to be as transparent as he wants other people to be in their
Exactly.
relationships.
Maybe he want for a change to be just like, live a
normal life.
life,
Don't say
man.
that.
Yeah.
Don't
like
say
as
that.
far as,
Not when you the king of relationship
Well,
advice.
right.
I think
Well,
that
he
you
actually-
are
obviously-
ordained to give other people information about their
obviously he
situation.
love this woman.
He definitely loves his woman. And
Yeah, so, obviously.
Yeah, he adopted her kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
even though they were
adopted
like almost grown, right?
Yeah, they were almost wrong. I feel like at the end of the day, Steve is being disingenuous to his audience. I mean, as much as you talk about everybody else or whatever, when it's coming right back at you, you got to look at that reflection in the mirror. You can't just run and hide. You can't throw rocks or whatever there and hide your hands. Like he's done that
Because he
so
said a
many
lot
times.
about the Chris Rock situation.
Had lots to say about Chris Rock.
He had a lot to say about a lot.
He
Will
had a lot to say about everybody.
Will Smith,
he had
everybody.
a lot to
Jada
say.
and her boo, her entanglement. Now, let's hear about your entanglement.
Right, it's an entanglement. It's something close to home. Like
A lot-
just be as open with the information as you are with everybody else's information.
But we don't know the inside of that, but a lot of them situations is different. Like I was telling you before, we was talking, one of the musicians, I think for Genesis, Phil Collins.
Right.
They asked him, was he ever going to get married again? He's been married 4 times already. He said, I haven't found that right one that's, that I can settle down with. And his 4 marriages, he said, cost him $94 million.
Right.
No, I know good and damn well you ain't got on no glasses with no lenses.
Oh, yes.
Carry on. I just had to get that off my chest because I don't know if it's the liquor or what. But something wrong with those.
Yeah.
Something wrong with Dr. No, you guys. Something is definitely okay.
It's
So
the
let's
it's
just
the
be
perception.
glad. Let's wrap this up. But let's just be glad that the
Do
babies.
you know why is that?
Why?
When I look out into our vast audience, and with these on, I can see what I ain't looking at.
Oh,
You can see what?
I ain't looking at.
Yo.
Oh.
Yeah.
but I am glad that Steve Harvey, the kids looking young, like that Eva, what's her name?
Yeah,
Eva
same.
from
Yeah,
America's
yeah.
Next Top Model.
Eva Pickford.
Yeah,
Yeah, her
you adopted her?
ex-husband. Yeah, he
Child.
adopted her child, and now her ex-husband got to pay. I was about to say rent. Got to pay child support for a child that he adopted. That's not his.
Look at Hallie.
Which was a
Hallie
great
paying 2 guys child support, and she ain't got the kids.
$100,000 a year to each.
Baby
of
daddy.
those-
And she don't have the
those
kids.
Caucasian Americans, Caucasian guys that she decided to have children with.
Yes,
She was the biggest earner, so she has to pay.
and she don't have the kids.
I had to pay $1,200 in child support for my kids, and I had the kids. We
Yeah.
had joint custody, but I
Wow.
made
More
more
money.
Right.
than my ex-husband, and the judge said that I have to keep them in the lifestyle that they are used to living in. I said they are. They rooms is dirty at my house. They dirty at their daddy's house.
Exactly.
That's about as lifestyle as I can get to them.
Right.
Got my money back.
Definitely.
Wow.
For sure. I mean, to wrap all that up, like Steve Harvey, if you listen, because obviously you're a fan of our show, please let the world know what's really going on, because we're very concerned.
I think he
They
ready.
be hungry at his house, and they be hungry at I'm sorry, I'm still mad about my
I
ex-husband.
think he ready to tell.
They be late for school at his house. They be late for school at mine. I think the living conditions is the
I
same.
think he ready to tell, because the more people put it on the table,
My bad.
he's gonna have to come out.
Exactly, and I know they dying to
He's
say
gonna have to
something.
come out.
Exactly.
Where is Wendy Williams when you need her?
Exactly.
I think I'm missing Wendy Williams because
Oh,
she would have how you doing. She'd have got down to the bottom of it. How you doing, Steve and Marjorie?
Exactly.
We done.
Woo!
Okay,
go.
y'all, like I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast, we are going to be shouting out what's new in Detroit. And you know I'm excited about this one because anybody who knows me knows how much I love to eat. Y'all, we have a food court like Northland used to do, only it's all small business, black-owned restaurants. Tell them what they own, Jay.
It's located at 10.
I'm gonna need you to get out this
It's located at 10.
because we talking about food.
625 West McNichols.
That's 10625.
It's called
6 Mile or McNichols.
McNichols 6 Mile, Better Mile. It's what you want to eat food hall. It's technically, I guess, it's like the first black-owned food hall. It's a bunch of different restaurants. I'll give you a couple of the names right now. It's Heavenly Chicken and Waffles, Your Perfect Blend, Coon's Hibachi, Crazy Burger, Delectable Bowl. It's even got a place with sweets called Life is Sweet. They got Borderline Tacos.
I slobbed a little.
Yeah, it's pretty much a one-stop shopping for everything that you want as far as food in Detroit, black-owned. It's new. It just opened September 8th. It's open most days to like 9 or 10 o'clock, so you got plenty of time to get there. It's what we need in the community. And
put some respect on that name, y'all. It's what
you
wanna eat. That's what WHAT. CHA wanna. WA, is that one N or two?
2 N's.
2 N's. Right. WANNA eat. You know how to spell eat.
Exactly.
You know how to spell eat.
So we looking for that new restaurant that's coming. That's probably gonna be across the street of there. I don't know if it's black or white or whatever, but the name of it is called Get This Weight the Fuck Off Me.
You know what? No. You know what? Not
no. It'll come on you, and you're handcuffed. I can't tell you I'm a witness to that, but I know.
I
heard about that. I heard about it.
I used to be 300 pounds myself, so I know how to food to put you in the headlock.
That's what I'm saying.
But y'all, it's given. We haven't been there yet, but we are going this week. Definitely. But it's giving Northland Food Court vibe. And y'all all remember how lit the Northland Food Court would be. All the stores would be empty as hell, but you can't get a seat at the food court. It's giving that vibe, y'all. So let's make sure that they get the business they deserve. They black owned, and they just wanted to provide something nice for us. Whoever thought of that had me in mind, I'm sure.
Exactly, because
I'm sure they was thinking of me.
Right, food halls are big all across the country. It's basically a place where, most of the time we go places and you like, okay, I'm going to one restaurant, I'll get one thing. This is the kind of place, like say it's 4 people there or whatever, you can go over here, you can get this, you can go get that, you can go get this or whatever, and we can all meet in the middle and eat our food and enjoy ourselves.
It's all in one place.
All in one place. There's so many different things. You can go get you nice dinner. They got desserts there. It's black owned, which we're big, like independent. We love independence or whatever. We love small businesses. It's actually investing in the community. So it's just not some like big corporation that doesn't care about people or whatever, that doesn't employ people from the neighborhood. This is definitely somewhere that is obviously employing people from the city, and I feel like it's the type of place that gives back. And that's what we want in the city of Detroit at this time, because it's a renaissance. It's coming back. It's not running away from the city like a lot of like businesses have been doing. It's running back to the city.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one good thing the mayor is doing too, is bringing a lot of the black business owners attracting to downtown and just different areas,
right.
One mic with Mike Epps. It's downtown.
And he's put a lot of money into
the city.
To the city to do that, which is fine.
And then, that's fine. As you mentioned, one mic or whatever, a lot of people, it was a national chain business. There was Punch Bowl Social or whatever, and it's got a lot of bad reviews. Right. Part of the reason why I closed down. A lot of people were going there for certain races were marginalized there. But now you got somebody like Mike Epps, who's not even from Detroit, who's a big fan favorite of the city. City loves him. He loves the city back. He's always here. I met him myself. Right. So, he opened that up or whatever, and it's inclusive or whatever. You go down there, it's a bunch of different people.
They gave away free wings for the game.
It's inside, outside. It's more things to come because he's still building different parts or whatever.
Great food, great comedy show. It's just a great environment.
So, a lot of people that went outside, they could have done that. They went outside to see, like, I remember Billy Sam's had some real places, but they went to Detroit.
Yeah.
Remember Flavor Flav trying to open
chicken places.
Yeah, chicken. Not in Detroit.
But right, but
you know.
when you got somebody that's not from the city that's willing to invest,
Yeah,
it tells you
so
two
it's
things.
good.
It tells you that he loves the city
Yep.
and he sees opportunity in the city, which is the
And
biggest thing.
promise and
Right.
potential.
Potential.
We got it. We have it.
Definitely.
I'm glad people are noticing it and building on it, and I just look forward to seeing the growth in it.
Right. And that'll be one of like the biggest parts of our segments. This will probably be something that we'll do regularly, which is go around the city, you know, wherever you're at inside the confines of the city, even maybe somewhere outside the city sometimes. People that's coming in, investing, giving back to the community, and growing with the people from the city or whatever. Because a lot of times, you know, you have people come in and they don't give back. But now I feel like somebody like Mike Epps, like you said, like for the game, giving away free wings or whatever. He got his doors open. He got people from all over, which I'm pretty sure, you know, Mike Epps is a nationally known comedian, one of the biggest comedians in the world. So I'm pretty sure he's telling everybody, hey, come check out my spot in Detroit. It's for the people, it's by the people. And I've seen a lot of like the commercials and social media posts. It's got like cereal bars, and it's got all kind of different stuff that, you know, people in Detroit like, slushy drinks. It's like, what else do you want besides somebody from outside of the city put into this?
Mike Epps get a lot of love here too.
Definitely. Like,
A lot of love.
and we talk about all the different comedians that come to Detroit get a lot of love. Like, I think we got Cat Williams coming.
yeah.
Cat Williams is coming. Now listen here, y'all. Remember I said people don't know how to be broke no more. Get your tickets off Ticketmaster. I almost got my tickets off Ticketfaster, and it was not the same. Don't you do that.
Yeah,
Go on
that's true.
Ticketmaster. I know no hate on Ticketfaster. I just don't know who y'all are. So, I'm not about to do that. Y'all came up real secretively because I typed in Secret Master. I'm like, how the hell did it take me to Ticketmaster? I didn't even know. I almost gave y'all my credit card, but shout out, y'all almost got me. But go to Ticketmaster.com and get your tickets to Cat Williams. I don't even think they on Eventbrite. Don't trust it. Definitely, yeah, be careful out here with that Ticketmaster.
A lot of cons on that
It
internet.
popped
boy.
up fast too.
For sure.
Ticketmaster was fast. I'm like, I clicked Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
It had the same. It looked almost just like Ticketmaster, but it was Ticketfaster. I had to look.
Copycats out there. Copycats on that
They
internet.
out here scheming.
Get you, boy.
Right.
Oh, another thing. Let me tell y'all, it's not just in Detroit, it's everywhere. With them green dot cards, it's the holiday. Be careful loading them cards. If you don't plan on activating it right away, don't get it. Get it when you plan on activating it. I know too many people now that have reported that they've gotten a green dot card at various CVS stores, Walgreens, Family Dollars, and they wait a day or two, or even more than 2 hours to activate it, and their money is gone because someone else has already activated their
How
card
they
and
do it
taken the
that
money.
quick?
They be waiting. Like as soon as they see you scan it at the register,
Yeah.
they know that you got it. I don't know what kind of code they putting on these cards, but they can tell when the card has been rung up and when it's active. And it happened to somebody that I know that's close to me, and they loaded $500 on there.
You think you're using them skimmers?
They put a fake code on here,
Yeah.
so when they scan that code, it lets whoever the scammers are that have it
Wow.
on their computer, it lets them know that their card has been scanned. And now they're activating the actual card that belongs to the card that you got, while you trying to activate the fake card that's on the sticker that they scanned.
Yeah, they say why.
The holiday coming up, y'all know what it is.
While all those persons sleep, they crooks up at night trying to figure out how to get you.
Right. Nowadays, scammers, they take it to a digital level. So it's so
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know how to be broke.
It's
Right, like
cyber.
you said, they realized like during the pandemic, they were sitting in the house or whatever, figuring
Cyber,
out,
yeah.
coming up with ways how to get your money before you get it.
Before you get it, yeah.
Like, you know, we get so many people with the cash apps, they say, oh, send me your cash app, I feel like blessing you or whatever. And they blessing is that they're going to take every single dollar out of your account.
Yeah.
Because it's every single way they can come up. Like the dark internet, dark web is a crazy place nowadays.
Right.
I was a victim of identity theft myself, so I know about it. I know at the end of the day, once they get a hold of you, it's like a pit bull on your leg or whatever. Good luck getting it off. And they'll just stay and they'll come back. They'll double back to you months later or whatever and try to get you. And it's so easy because we're moving to a cashless society. So we're moving away where everything is almost just all digital. So it's like a couple of keynotes, a couple of keyloggers here and there, whatever. They get all your information. They're taking everything from you. And, you know, banks, they don't want to give your money back. I tell people all the time, it's just a credit thing or whatever I learned or whatever. Don't use your debit card out in public because it's not worth it, because it's your money. Use a credit card because you got a better chance of getting the money back from the bank because that's their money.
Well, yeah, everybody, I think a lot, that's what's my own personal opinion. I think everybody should have some cash on them. I've been seeing people that,
Yeah.
they don't have no cash on them, and I'm like,
Now
you
when
gotta
I go
have
to the
something.
restaurants, I keep cash
You gotta
because I
have
know
something.
that they do the
Sometimes,
little
Yeah.
behind the thing.
Oh, if you
They
go into
will
the
take your
store,
card and just take
yeah,
your
they're
card
taking
right down
everything.
your
I know they got their phones back there
Yeah,
with the
right.
camera, so when they just,
take your,
you know,
your code
hold
behind.
it in front of theirs and then,
or if you go into a store, whatever, you know, something for like $10, $15.
Yeah.
You don't even pull it out your card when they, you know, people standing behind you. They got these skimmers on here. You know, just have some type of cash.
everybody's scamming. So guys, I want y'all to uncover your ears because I'm just talking to the ladies now. I want y'all to be careful of the guys that be laying the good pipe. They try to put you to sleep so they can rob you. Okay, I almost got robbed myself, but I was faking. So if I hadn't faked that sleep, he might have got me. So y'all be careful out here. The guys that's good in bed,
Yeah.
they got something else going on in their head. They try and rob you. No, I'm just.
Oh, them guys just ain't nothing but that.
I'm a comedian.
That's the old Mickey Finn
Nah,
gang.
I want my money stole from me the honest way. Borrow it. Make me feel like you gonna flip it and pay me back.
Well, they-
Don't you steal nothing out my
Well,
wallet.
back in the day, they used to just drop you got
Make
your
me
drink
feel like
and
I'm
stuff.
helping you with your
You
business.
got your
and
drink
then
and
it
stuff.
just flop.
They dropped
like,
them
finesse me.
Mickeys. They dropped the Mickeys in there, man. And you be so out.
Finesse me.
You don't know what's going on. You be out. You just be out cold.
I want to get
They
finesse.
take
It seems like the
everything.
young guys don't finesse no more. What's wrong? Or do the old guys? Do y'all still finesse women?
We definitely
Well, you
finesse.
don't.
Well, I
You
don't.
married.
I'm married, but I
Definitely finessing the
will.
women.
How you finesse?
It's an old school Casanova finesse or whatever, you know.
The little
they
young
just
guys
love
don't
them.
finesse now.
No.
They just want to rob you.
They just want
Okay.
a straight up strong arm robbery, homosexuals or whatever.
They just want to take your car and never bring it back. They be like, I'm about to drop you off at work. And then next thing you
Never
know, you
seen
need a new car. You got to report that one stolen.
Exactly.
Like, I miss being finessed. Like, a guy make you feel like you're the most beautiful person in the world. And low key, when he finesse you out of the money, all depending on how much the amount was, you don't even feel angry. Like, I'm like, you know what? He earned
I
that
would say,
$100.
yeah, you feel like he earned
I'm
it or
like, he
whatever.
made me feel like I was more beautiful than the most beautiful woman in the world. I would have gave you 200, baby. You aimed too low. Like, that's a real finesse. Y'all young guys want to borrow money from a single mother around Christmas time, then don't pay. Okay, maybe that just happened to me. And then don't pay her back. That ain't finessing. That's making us mad. But when y'all like really Casanova, like finesse us and hey baby us and wine and dine with the
Smooth.
fake wine,
Smooth.
they missing that. Why y'all not teaching y'all sons how to smooth, stone cold finesse these females?
I tell them, get you about 2 or 3 around tax time, whatever. Come up on about 20, 30 grand real easy.
If you don't stop fake drinking whatever you thought was in that
It's
cup,
just, it's the light.
the light keep making
The
you
light
think
keep
you gotta
making
drink.
niggas drinks in there.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
they out
It's my
here.
job to point out the stuff they doing wrong.
Right, because we
It's
definitely
my
gonna do
job.
something.
Yeah, they out here, man. And, you know, this. I mean, and it's crazy because I remember one time. This is a while ago. I wasn't paying this woman really no attention, but I opened the door for her, and she didn't say a word, you know. And I was like, okay, well, you know, don't worry about it. I went in, and there's another door, you know, and I went in there, and then this younger guy. I mean, she was cold shouldered. I wasn't trying to talk to her or nothing because, you know, I'm a happy man, you know. But still, this younger guy, you know, he opened the inside door for her, and the guy said, "Damn, bitch, you got a fat ass," and she was like, and I was like, "What? What is that?"
Salute you to
That's
right.
what they
It's
like.
just another thing.
That's what they like. It's hurting the D shit changing, y'all. These men ain't the same, but it's been real and we have fun.
Exactly.
Love y'all.
Love y'all, Dr. No.
Simona Lisa,
Jay Reed 313.
we out.
Thank you.